what's up guys, it's Marlakan here. So in today's video, we're going to be exploring variables in Python. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so first of all, what is a Python variable? In Python, variables, they're like boxes where you store information. So let's start with a simple example. So let's write x is equal to 5. So basically in here, x is a variable. So we stored the value 5 inside of the x variable. And then we're going to be storing y, we're going to be storing Omer inside of the y variable. So just like how in, math or in algebra, there are, like x, y, and stuff. So you could name variables like anything you want. So to avoid any confusions, you could say value is equal to 5 and we could name this as name for variables, but except there are some exceptions to it. So we're going to be covering the exceptions to it in another video. So x is equal to 5, y is equal to 5. Now if we want to print both of these, we have to write x comma y. Now once we run this code, it's going to end up printing 5 and Umer. And yeah. So this is just a simple example of how variables work. Now let's dive deeper into another good example. You can also store numbers in variables, and you could also use them for math. So we could use this example in here. A is equal to 10. So let's use it. A is equal to 10, and then B is equal to 20. Now if you want to add these, just like how in math there's the addition operator, in Python, there's also the addition operator. So we're going to be writing print A plus B. Now, once you run this code, it's going to output 30. That's because 10 plus 20 is obviously 30. That's why. Now, let's explore another really simple example, which is called strings. Just like how we learned strings in our previous video, like where you can store strings inside of the print function. Yeah, just like that, you can also store strings in variables as well. Let me show you. So name is equal to Umer. Just like how previously this Umer is actually a string. And then we could also do print hello. Whenever you put something inside of these two double quotation marks, then that's always considered a string. Remember that. And obviously, we're going to have to add a space in here, because if you don't add a space, then it's going to end up printing my name like hello Umar, but joined together, which is going to look ugly. So hello plus name. Now, once you run this code, it should print hello Umar. Yeah, as you can see, it printed hello Umar. Now, let's explore another example, our third example here. So, which is dynamic typing. In Python, a variable, it can change type anytime. So here, z is equal to 5. So, wait a minute, z is equal to 5. Then once you do print z, then obviously in the output, it's gonna, or in the terminal, you could say, it's gonna output the number 5. Now, we could also do z is equal to 5. Now remember, 5, we put it inside of the double quotation marks, which means the variable z no longer stores the value 5, but instead it stores a string called 5. So remember that. So it's basically going to print 5 in the output, not the actual 5, the number. Now it's actually a string. Now, obviously, it outputs 5. So basically, what we did here is called dynamic typing, or also typecasting. So basically, what happened here is I changed the variable's value to, the value of the variables anytime you would like. So this is really cool. Now let's explore our fourth example here, which is a good practice. Now, variable names, they should be descriptive, so your code is easy to understand. So, for example, if someone's reading your code and you wrote like x is equal to Umer, and then y is equal to, y is equal to 5, then, wait a minute, y, or actually I'm gonna just do x and then your y. actually, once you read it, someone who reads this code actually make it easier to understand. What you would actually do is replace the x and y variable with a name. Yeah, name is equal to Omer. Now this is easier to read and understand. And here you could write value. So basically this is the fix. This is a bad example, and age. Age is equal to 5. Now once I run this code, it's gonna output. My bad. So you exist. So hi, name. You are age years old. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's. I mean, basically, it's gonna output age years. Okay. Now it's gonna output hi. Let me just change that. So now once you run this code, it's gonna output hi Omer, you're 13 years old. Now you could also put your name. For example, if your name is Max, then your age is like 15, it would actually print hi Max, you're 15 years old. Isn't that cool, guys? So basically here, the lesson here is to actually make your variable names like descriptive, meaning, you know, you should change the variable names for others to read, for others to be capable of reading it and to be actually understanding it, instead of, you know, x and y. Those are confusing variable names. So always remember that. And yeah, guys, that was it for today's video. So I hope you like this variables tutorial. So please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, guys, have a nice day. Bye.